In today's world, where distractions are everywhere, our ability to focus has become a scarce commodity. We constantly are being stimulated, feeling restless, often without knowing why. When the time comes to focus on the key tasks that actually would enable us to make progress towards our goals, we can often find a plethora of other things to do.
64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. My name is Igor S.F. Walker, and today we look at Dopamine Detox, a short guide to remove distractions and get your brain to do hard things, by Thibaut Meurisse. So how about you slow down and relax? Reduce all that noise for just a bit. Make that choice and decide to listen. In this video, we look at a book that will help you lower your level of stimulation and regain focus in 48 hours or less, so that you can tackle your key tasks. We discover what dopamine is and how it works, as well as the main benefits of completing a dopamine detox. Stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I do have and use that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. Everything seems like a great idea. Everything except the very thing we actually should be doing. But it doesn't have to be this way. When you undertake these activities, you start losing self-control. You want more and more stimulation. And even though they may not give you any real pleasure or lasting fulfillment, you keep on doing them. After all, you need the next hit of dopamine, don't you? See, are you ready to let go of unnecessary stimulation and reclaim your focus so that you can achieve your goals? If so, you might need a dopamine detox. See, dopamine is a neurotransmitter which makes us anticipate rewards, such as having sexual relationships or eating nourished food. Dopamine gives us the desire to take action to earn the exciting reward that's actually waiting for us. It is the force that makes us act. Now, contrary to what many people believe, dopamine is not a pleasure chemical. Simply because an event triggers the release of dopamine, it does not mean it is something we like or actually get pleasure from. In fact, when you pay close attention, you will actually notice that as soon as you obtain the expected reward, you very often feel empty and unfulfilled. The truth is that no amount of stimulation will ever bring you the sense of fulfillment that you are seeking. Yet, many of us are constantly overstimulated, looking for the next source that could trigger a release of dopamine. Under such a state of stimulation, any task that requires concentration becomes much harder to perform. As a result, you will actually procrastinate. You delay writing that book you've always planned. You put off starting a new venture, or you postpone that key project that you are in charge of. See, from an evolutionary perspective, dopamine's role is to encourage you to act, to earn the anticipated reward needed for your survival or your reproduction. This is actually dopamine's primary role. Unfortunately, in today's world, the process has been hijacked, which actually leads to many unintended consequences. You can think of dopamine as the molecule of more. This is because the more our environment or our actions trigger the release of dopamine, the more we will want our next shot of dopamine. By consciously triggering the release of dopamine through different means, such as drug or alcohol consumption, addicts actually strengthen their tolerance to such stimulation. As a result, they need stronger and stronger stimulus to experience the same sensation of pleasure. Now, what about you? Are you currently addicted to anything? If you cannot spend a day without engaging in a certain activity, it means you're probably a little addicted to it. The development of sophisticated algorithms has its pros and cons. On the plus side, it becomes easier to discover content you actually want to watch. On the negative side, it makes it easier to be stuck in a never-ending loop, watching one video after another. In a sense, instead of using the internet to find information or to communicate with loved ones, the internet has become the one using you. Whenever you see notifications, you anticipate the reward that you will receive when you click on it. This triggers the release of dopamine in your brain. However, this doesn't make you happy or fulfill you, at least not for long. Remember, dopamine is not a pleasure chemical. It is a neurotransmitter that is actually activated when you anticipate a potential pleasure. And that pleasure is usually temporary. Dopamine and constant stimulation can impair your ability to think long term. Studies have shown that one of the best predictors of success is the ability to think long term. People who repeatedly focus on where they want to be in the future make actually better decisions in the present. They tend to eat healthier, be more productive at work, exercise, save and invest more money than others. By receiving constant feedback, whether through likes, comments, or immediate replies to our messages, we condition ourselves to expect fast results with everything we do. And this feeling is certainly reinforced through ads for schemes that help us get rich quick. And through cognitive biases, i.e., you only hear about the richest and most successful YouTubers, not about the ones who actually fail. The point is to achieve long-term goals in your personal or in your professional life. You must regain control of your attention and rewire your brain to focus on the long term. To do so, you should start by staying away from highly stimulating activities. So, build the foundations for success one brick at a time. Build them strong so that you will not collapse at the first obstacle or a setback. These stimulation traps, as soon as you enter a state of overstimulation, your mind will play tricks on you to convince you there is no need to leave that trance. Instead, your mind actually encourages you to embrace it and to seek even more stimulation. After all, we have to enjoy life, right? Trick number 1, returning to work is easy. It never happens. Trick number 2, you can do it later. Trick number 3, excitement is not the same as fulfillment. Excitement can be fun, but make sure your work and you work on developing an inner sense of peace and heightened state of focus. This is much more likely to bring you fulfillment in the long run. And trick number 4, you're missing out. Are you really? So what is dopamine detox? The reduction of stimulation to prevent overstimulation and put you in a proper state of mind to tackle major tasks. Now, quick disclaimer. Scientifically speaking, the term dopamine detox is truly incorrect, as it seems to imply that you are releasing too much dopamine in your system. In truth, when you are overstimulated, you simply need more external stimuli for the same amount of dopamine to be released. A dopamine detox helps reduce stimulation, thereby allowing you to revert to a more natural state. When you need less stimulation, seemingly challenging, boring, or tedious tasks will become more appealing and easier to tackle. Step number 1, identify your biggest distractions. Step number 2, add friction. Generally speaking, the harder something is to access, the less likely you are to actually do it, and vice versa. The bottom line is, the more difficult you make it to engage in this kind of behavior, the better. Conversely, make your desired behaviors as frictionless as possible. Step number 3, start the very first thing in the morning. Our never-ending search for stimulation is often an attempt to hide our fears. Being busy enables us to avoid having to face unpleasant feelings and scary truths about ourselves. Thus, if you notice certain disempowering thoughts or underlying fears, write them down. One of the main goals of the dopamine detox is to lower your level of stimulation to help you feel more motivated to actually work on key tasks. Now, planning your day is actually very important. It gives you an opportunity to clarify which tasks are important and which ones are not. It reduces the odds of your mind distracting you during the day. Because you know exactly what you have to do, you can move from one task to the next smoothly and without distractions. You will feel less stressed and more in control. Instead of reacting to your environment and letting it distract you, you will move towards your goals proactively. You don't need fancy tools to plan your day. Instead, you can use a secret technique forgotten by many: pen and paper. Ask yourself, if I could complete only one task today, which one would have the greatest impact? If I could complete only one task today before taking a month off, what would that task be? The key to productivity can be summarized in 3 words: focus, consistency, and impact. Now, impact means identifying your key tasks, the ones that have the greatest impact on your long-term success, and working on them as often as possible. Productivity can then be defined as having consistent focus on your most impactful tasks. What are closed systems? These are systems that offer little or no room for distractions. As a result, they force you to work on your task and only on it. Some examples are Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, or PowerPoint presentations. When you begin your working day with a closed system, you can avoid becoming overstimulated, which will make it easier for you to work on challenging tasks. If you're not careful, you will inevitably relapse. Old habits die hard, so be aware when you actually start relapsing. Self-awareness is the key to making lasting change. Understanding the battle between you and your mind. Understanding that the world is actually against you. In today's world, maintaining focus has become incredibly difficult. That is because everybody is vying for our attention. The ability to attract people's attention is one of the biggest sources of income for many companies. In short, your focus is worth a lot of money. When you reclaim your focus and then use it to achieve your biggest goals, you can transform your life radically. You do have two choices. You can protect your focus by building habits and systems, or you can remain unprepared and let anyone distract you from the important things you should be doing with your time. Which option will you choose? And there you have it. Dopamine Detox. Now please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Do leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it, read, never stop learning. Especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.